Greetings and salutations, and welcome to Flintlocks and Fireballs, where a handful of mad actors will attempt to survive the treacherous waters of Dungeons and Dragons. I am your host and Dungeon Master Jason Phelps, and I'm joined as ever by Robbie through the scanner, Bellekom, Sam into a looking glass darkly.
Ooh.
And Ellie...
Where was the burns?
Burns? And Ellie... Mirror, mirror on the floor, who's the tallest of them all?
It's me.
Sparrow.
Yeah.
I literally
Did
cycled...
you forget my name?
Nope. I was so thrown, I had to cycle through Bellekom, then Burns, then Sparrow.
Wow.
Yeah, we are literally engaged, and I had a moment.
You have been with me for more than a decade, and
Yeah.
you forgot my name for a second. Aren't brains like the best thing? They're just like, but like I don't know who your fiance is. I've forgotten.
It's not like the last name's going to change either.
No.
So
Because
like
that's stupid. No dissing if you've done that, by the way, like to each their own. But like, not for me.
You already picked your own one, so you know you might as well stick to it.
And I picked it to piss someone off, and that's something that I will treasure for the rest of my life. If I'm
It
honest.
is the best reason to
love
do
may
it.
come and love may go, but spite will last forever.
I don't know if I've actually mentioned how that happened on air, have I?
No.
That might be fun. So, at drama school, there obviously comes a point where people pick stage names because some people's names are taken, or some people don't like their names.
Yes.
Which is more.
You can only have one actor with the same name if you want to be part of the union or anything. It's a silly thing.
Yeah, it's like horses at the races. It's exactly the same.
I remember Shergar at our drama school. Sorry.
But so we were going round, and you know, dickhead who ran the year at drama school, who wasn't a very nice teacher, to put it as mildly as I possibly can. He was like, "Oh, okay, let's go round and everybody say what they're thinking about for their names, and you know, we'll all say what we think in a big circle of RSD hell." As one does at drama school. And you know, it got to me and I said, I'm thinking about Ellie Sparrow, and he just went, I don't like it. And I was like, that's the one. And it was
sensible.
And it's something that I fully treasure, knowing that I have a name that he hates. But also I'm a pirate, so you know.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And it's not really a stage name anymore, it's just my name now. But yeah, always pick your name out of spite.
Speaking of spite, it's time for us to cast our minds forward and demand with bitterness those who have foreknowledge of what is yet to come. Future us, what messages from the present? It's Future Jason with messages from the present. This episode of Flintlocks and Fireballs is brought to you by you. As ever, a massive thanks to our crew members on the Flintlocks Patreon who help keep this ship sailing. There's a wealth of extra content and bonus features for patrons, including regular blog posts, extra stories narrated by the cast, artwork, and a monthly poll for the community to help design an element to go into the game. You can check it out at patreon.com/Flintlocks and Fireballs, link in the description. And that's it for announcements this time. Back to you, Past Jason.
Did I also make a D&D character who picked a new name out of spite?
I mean, yeah, it's apparently so.
Yes, you did.
Could well have been.
We keep discovering new things about ourselves through
Oh,
D&D.
it's just like so much in Celestia. It's fascinating.
Yeah. It's a terrible lens of self-reflection. And also a gay old time.
What's that tweet about, like, expectations as a GM are like, you know, guiding your friends through a Lord of the Rings-like quest. And reality is guiding your friends through weird parts of their personality whilst pretending to be a goblin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, it's really stuck with me because I'm just like, that's exactly it.
And it's delightful.
On that cheerful note, it's time to begin guiding my friends through bizarre journeys of self-discovery while pretending to be a little goblin. Flintlocks and Fireballs. Our land stands on the sabre's edge.
Our cities are a powder keg.
Brother chains, brother, no one's free. A life on land is short, you'll see.
So gather your muskets, gather your spears, we'll plunder the shores of Calcinea. No kraken, storm or spell we fear, so come and sail with us, my dear.
Previously on Flintlocks and Fireballs. Oh boy. So the party have continued to venture their way through the Cirrus Citadel, the lost sanctum of the sorcerers. Having now traversed a number of wings of the hidden citadel, the party thus far have met, let's see, go through our list. Tethys the Storm, Krios the Dusk, Hyperion the Dawn, Coeus the Mentalist, Phoebe the Seer, and Kronos the Reaper of Time. Which means that, hey, you've managed to get through half of them at this stage.
I'm so happy that there's that many more of them, though, because I'm having a really good time.
I'm having
I don't
so
know if that's
much
the
fun
reaction
here.
you want, but like, I'm really happy that there's that many more.
Sorry, just looking at my original notes and realising how much this changed between what I originally thought and what we're finally facing. The party have just finished passing the challenge, the fateful and very testing challenges of the Reaper of Time. And having done so, and having met him in his form as Alderai Blackheart, aka Dennis, the party stepped through all of the party, definitely every member of the party, stepped onwards through...
All scamps.
All scamps.
All the scamps that exist definitely went
Yep, stepped forward through the golden archway into the next wing, whereupon they were assailed as per usual with a blinding white light, but this time found themselves torn apart from each other, the light becoming harsh, overpowering and overwhelming their senses. And at this point, off, well, not camera, but I suppose off microphone, I had the party each roll 5 wisdom saves. No one succeeded at all of their wisdom saves.
We're not smart.
No, it's really not our thing, is it?
No.
So I'm going to start this by pointing out that Robbie, you are up first.
Oh shit, there was a whole thing, wasn't there, at the end of the...
Yep.
I'm now just remembering what happened.
Yep, so I'm going to introduce this. Okay. With a an alarm pierces the fog of sleep, and stretching out instinctively on the somewhat comfortable, hard-pressed mattress of your dormitory bed, you, Scathach O'Doul, awaken. You can see outside. You can see to one side of you. There is a little square black object on which is flashing in little red letters 800 28/07/23. You can see the light filtering through the filtering through the Tyrian style blinds of the bright morning, and the twittering of birds, as well as the distant sounds of people and various sort of perhaps vehicles or passers-by and the like. And you can faintly see the haze of the dappled shadow of trees beyond. Opening your eyes blearily, you can see around you the scattered sort of debris of your room, the mirror, which we'll get to in a moment. And the clothes that you kind of got vaguely strewn around, some over the back of a chair to suit, which is your preferred place to just hurl your clothes, apart of course from from your usual sort of pajamas and underclothes. You can see your school books as well, textbooks half open. And the various bric-a-brac of the dormitory. This is, of course, a single room, and you're reasonably sure it's yours. You are, of course, Scathach O'Doul, an NB half-orc. You're now majoring in physics with a minor in fine art. At the university, you kind of feel that instinctively that you for an undergrad you're doing well and involved, and that you're doing support you're doing support work on the projects that you're involved in. And you know that despite your working class background and your 8 siblings, you managed to get here by dint of your hard work on a scholarship. There's just one problem, Skatak. You don't know what happened last night, how heavily you drunk, or if you hit your head or something, because that's not what you're seeing when you pull yourself, when you sort of blearily pick yourself up and look in the mirror, because you can see in the bed, looking bedraggled and wearing your covering undergarments, what appears to be a teenage tiefling with bright pink skin and goat horns and silvery hair. Which is there's something else that's a little odd.
Just one thing.
Is that you
the
don't...
one
A
thing.
little odd.
Something must have gone wrong, because you, first of all, you definitely know that you're a half orc, and that you are Scathach O'Doul. But you don't actually remember how you got into this bed. You don't remember going to sleep. In fact, the last thing you remember, oddly enough, is walking out of a cathedral or something like it into a golden archway with blinding light, while holding the hands of people who don't make sense, who you remember as being a tall drow called Celestia Stardust, and a pretty tough looking pirate captain, halfling, by the name of Corzin Horhace. So And the thing is, you know that you're from a working class background and you have 8 siblings. But that isn't what you remember. So, Skatek, you have the memories of Scamp Friend. Except that in your memories, everyone calls you Skatek Adul.
My brain is melting.
You cannot remember the name Scamp Friend. That name does not exist for you. You are Skatek Adul, and you know these things about yourself, except that you can't remember any of them. What would you like to do?
I want to try moving and see if the reflection moves. Just to check this is not the weird mirror.
You do so. As far as you can tell, the reflection moves perfectly. You look down and you're seeing, your body matches that of the tiefling in the mirror.
I mean, my immediate instinct is put the duvet over my head and go back to sleep, because fuck this.
You do for a while.
But things don't get better, do they? They never do.
After about 40 minutes of hiding under the duvet, you peer back out and you see a little, rather than the, late teens, sort of, rather than the, I want to say like 19-year-old half-orc you would expect to be seeing. You can see a maybe 15-year-old pink-skinned tiefling.
How much knowledge do I have about, like, technology in this world? Do I have any concept of it, or is it just all Scamp?
Oh no, you have Scamp's memory and knowledge of technology.
Okay, is the alarm still going off? Did that just stop?
That's a good point. After a minute of it stopped, and and it went to 8:01. And then 10 minutes later,
no! Why won't you be quiet?
You yell at the alarm. Nope, you don't know the magic words for this, so it keeps going.
Do I have any knowledge? Like, do I remember like Scamp's memory of magic?
You do. You have Scamp's.
I want to.
You have
try
Scamp's skills and
use
spells.
magic and see what happens. I want to try and just do like a minor illusion.
Okay, what do you try and create a minor illusion of?
The person that I think I should be.
Okay, you do that. You press your hands forward and, feeling the magic swell within you, shape it instinctively into the appearance of a slightly taller, only slightly taller, lean-looking half-orc NB with blue-grey skin, and I'm gonna say black hair. Black hair that's kind of like like long on top, a little long on top with an undercut on either side, and like a fringe that goes like over at an angle a bit.
Like a little emo fringe.
A little bit like, kind of an emo fringy in style.
That's a good design. I like that.
Yeah, in a well, I mean, you can see nearby there are clothes. There are the clothes that you would expect to be wearing, which is a black and grey checkered shirt with trousers.
Can I try getting dressed? Do the things fit?
Strangely enough, yes. The clothes are correctly sized for you, even though you're slightly shorter and differently positioned. You can't. You know that you should have shoes, but you can't find them.
Does it make allowance for a tail?
Interestingly, yes. It's like someone's.
Weird. That's not right.
Yeah, it's as if someone's like stealth altered your clothing in the night.
Yes, the clothing is the issue.
You have a memory of a gnome called Fighty that makes does not mesh at all with your self-identity.
I want to look for like school books and like less than like either my notes or like a textbook or something.
Yeah, you find a series of textbooks and indeed your bag. So, give me a sense of what you are looking for.
I want to know if physics makes any sense to me. Like, do I have any sort of knowledge of the thing that I'm apparently studying, or is this complete nonsense as it would be to Scamp?
Are you proficient in either or both nature and nature, I suppose it would be engineer's tools, or arcana?
Oh, arcana, yes.
Okay. You pick up the textbook, and you can see that you have three textbooks, thick textbooks nearby. One is on fine art and art history. One is on natural physics, and one is on thaumic physics. Skimming through these, the fine art stuff, it's interesting. Some of the techniques seem familiar to you, but it's strange though you largely remember self-teaching a lot of these, and in weird circumstances. The art history, no, none of that's ringing a bell. Actually. Well, I mean, if you want, you can give me an untrained history check.
Sure, why not? Let's see how this goes. Four. I do have a +1.
4. Yeah, no. You don't know anything about art history, which is a bit embarrassing given it's your minor. If you don't get your memories back, you're going to have to do a hell of a lot of crunching. The natural science, natural physics, there's some stuff that kind of makes some sense, but there's bits and bobs, but a lot of this is pretty beyond you. Thaumic physics, however, a lot more of the principles here you're familiar with. Some of the advanced stuff, not so much, although you have a strange sense that you should be more capable of this than at some bits of it than others. But the fundaments of magical physics make sense to you.
Okay. Well, this sucks. I don't know what to do. Where's Jeffrey? Jeffrey doesn't exist here. Who am I?
That's actually a good point. So, where is Jeffrey? Okay. You remember the existence of Jeffrey. You don't see a monkey here, but you do see munching on... Okay, genuinely, Robbie, help me out here. What do cockroaches eat?
Oh, just everything. It's kind of one of the advantages of cockroach.
Cool. Nibbling on a bit of bread in a little glass terrarium, you can see your pet cockroach, Roach. Though oddly enough, you remember them. You remember this cockroach as being a magical familiar called Marjorie.
Can I see through Marjorie's eyes?
That's a good point. Yes, you can. You realise that you do have that familiar link. You take a moment to adjust your senses. Let's make a note here of your pet roach. And you perceive the world through the strange, multi-sensory experience that is Marjorie/Roach. Oh my goodness, you're going through Marjorie's eyes, which means this is really interesting because yes, we're going through.
I win a prize? Does it mean I win a prize?
I think it means
I need to make a decision about whose perception, what element of perception is being applied here. Okay.
Do you want Marjorie to roll a wisdom save?
No. No, Marjorie...
That's a shame, because that's hilarious.
No, Marjorie ain't getting wisdom saves here. But what you do see through Marjorie's perception is your dorm room and indeed a blue-grey skinned NB half-walk in their undergarments with indeed an emo-ish fringe.
I got dressed though, so I was...
Okay, well now, yeah, it dressed up in a checkered shirt and trousers then. Chinos, we'll say.
Marjorie is seeing what I think should be there.
Yes.
Oh dear.
That's confusing.
Yes,
oh, no.
Because because of the way that your senses are being worked, that is how that would happen.
This has gone a bit
Right,
quantum
I need
leap.
to go find someone else. I need to find someone else to tell me what I look like. Because now I'm real confused.
Okay.
I'm gonna go out the door.
Right. You push open the door, and I'm just going to ask you to make a luck check, please.
Okay. 8. I'm doing great today, folks.
Okay. Here goes. Yeah, you know what? We're going to go with this.
Concern.
All right. So, opening the door, and you can see. By the way, you spot a set of keys. Actually, yeah, a set of keys, including some little fobs. On a ring hung on the door, on the desk by the door. If you want to grab those on your way out. Do you bring Roach with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, just checking because sometimes that would be taken as read, but I need to actually check in this situation.
Yeah.
Okay. Picking up Roach and popping them into a little. Or Marjorie. Oh, your sense of identity is really weird right now. Into a pocket, into your sort of top pocket, to ride with you. You pull open the door, head out, and you can see that you are in a narrow corridor filled with various other doorways leading in. I'm actually going to jump backwards in time for a minute, though. We're still with you, Skatak.
Oh dear.
Because I need to know, did you, after 10 minutes, the alarm went off, rang for a minute, then stopped again. It will have kept doing this. It did this at 8:20 as well. Did you react any differently?
No, I just shouted at it. It just went, ah! Every time.
It did it one more
Until
time
it
at
stopped making
8:30 before stopping. 10 minutes after that, you pulled yourself out of bed and did all the things. So we're going
Oh dear.
allowing for time rifling through your textbooks. We're going to say it's like 9 o'clock by now. So 9 a.m. You make your way out and head down the hallway. I will say that there's two. The hallway has two ends. One you can see to your left has a stairwell leading down. The other has a floor-to-ceiling glass window through which you can see. You can make out greenery beyond. So, which way would you like to go?
Are there any signs of any people at all?
You can hear sounds of. Let's see. You can faintly hear some, like, one person you think is snoring. The sound of some music coming from a different, from one behind one of the doors, and a general faint murmuring sound, either coming both from the stairwell and also faintly through the window.
I will head for the stairs.
Okay. You make your way down and find yourself entering into a sort of communal hall type area. There are a series... so let's see what you can see down here. You passing by what appears to be a small sort of self-catering kitchen with little strange rings on what otherwise look kind of like an oven or some sort of like just in function, though the construction doesn't quite seem right to you, as well as a series of cupboards and the like. You find the communal area has a series of couches stained in a particularly bright, sort of like I want to say like a sort of royal bluish kind of dye, though the fabric seems like kind of like cheap cotton almost. And threadbare in a couple of places. These are some old couches that have seen a lot of use. There's a series of pigeonholes, sans actual pigeons, but with various letters and bits of paper stuffed into them. And you can, and around one of the, at the sort of central focus point of a lot of the different, of a bunch of the different couches, is a huge kind of like crystal ball that has some, for want of a word, like black, slightly reflective cubes either side of it with slots in. One of which has has something like a sort of crystalline element shoved into one of the slots. And you can see playing in a field above the crystal ball is an illusion where a sort of dour-faced looking half-orc is talking about, as far as you can tell, the weather. They seem to be they're commenting about how they're expecting they're expecting a cold front coming over the mountains to the northwest of Seoul. That's likely to bring some rains towards Alisson and the surrounding areas. And indeed, the illusory figure is pointing towards what appears to be a map of this part of the continent, with illusory rain clouds filtering over.
How different does it look from what it should look like?
From what you remember of maps you've seen, the layout seems accurate. You can see little dots, labeled dots, that match up to major cities you know. or like recognize. You can see Von Dion, Alisant, Kion, and so on are mentioned there. They're in the places you would expect. There's also some... so, the broad layout seems to be fine. The weather person, it would appear, is speaking in Jovan in the manner that you would expect. There's only one person here at the moment, which is a halfling with a male halfling with sort of thick glass bottle type glasses and frizzy red hair, wearing a woolly jumper and spooning a bowl of cereals, what look like to be a lot of flat flakes of ground like corn or wheat or something.
Half-orc, did you say?
Halfling.
Halfling.
Yes, into their mouth as they're watching this talk about the weather. They look up, nod to you, crunch a little and swallow. Oh. Good morning, Scatak. Up a bit later than usual. You're normally up at 8 a.m. sharp.
That does not sound right.
Well, no. I mean, let's be honest. At 8:30, I understand it usually takes a few alarms. What?
What do I look like? If you were to describe me, what do I look like?
I mean, you've got a bit of bedhead. You don't look entirely the worse for the wear. I understand.
Yeah,
there's bit of drinking at the high-energy magic department.
Now, imagine someone asked you for a description of me. What would you say?
What I say, I'd say, Skatak, yes, they're a fine sort. Very good at physics, thaumaturgy.
Okay, yeah, but that's talking more like physically here.
I mean, you're not quite my type, but I'd say you're a fairly striking sort.
Right.
So I'm not really into half orcs, but
okay, there we go. That'll do. Thank you. That is good to know.
Yeah, I'm no offense, you're just a bit tall for me. Now, get me a nice plump halfling boy. That'd be quite a different matter.
Right, no, now we've gone into too much information for whatever time of the day you said it was.
Yeah, I think they're still serving breakfast at the cafeteria, but you might need to hurry if you want to make it. All of the good stuff's probably gone by now.
You know what? I was going to do a proper and looking around trying to figure out what the hell's happening, but you know what? Breakfast. Okay, let's do that instead. Where's breakfast?
In the main hall cafeteria, same as everywhere.
Okay, and imagine that I was very, very confused and didn't know how to get there. Where's breakfast?
Regent's teeth. How much did you drink last night?
Does the region? Of course, the region has teeth. Oh, horrible. Everything. I drank everything. Where's breakfast?
No, I get it. I've had a hangover like that before. All right. No, it's fine. We'll get you sausage and egg sandwich, extra grease. That's the cure. Come on. And gets up and gestures. We'll take it. Cross the quadrangle. Let's get you a proper morning after breakfast.
Okay.
Could I look at this person through Marjorie's eyes just for a moment?
Yeah. Your Marjorie's eyes flicker. your senses flicker into Marjorie's. Marjorie does indeed see a red-headed halfling.
Okay.
With some in a woolly jumper.
Don't know if that's reassuring or not.
Hubert leads you out of the building through a sliding glass door that opens just as you approach. Hubert checks back. Oh, you've got your fob to get back in, right?
Yes, that word you've said. I've got one of the what? My what?
He holds up a ring of keys and what appears to be a circular wooden token on it.
Oh,
fob for the building.
You can't keep saying ring of keys though. By the way, I'm just going to keep humming that fucking song over and over. I can't get. I'm trying to think about D&D, and you're just making me think about butch lesbians. So that's.
All right. Please tell me you got your meal card.
My meal card. What's that look like?
He fishes into a pocket, pulls out a small, thick card, I think it would actually be sort of thin wooden-looking card, which has a logo on it, which looks like a sort of combined A and U into one sort of letter, and a note saying, "Oh, this would be got it. This would be Vondion Hall meal pass." And what looks like a black strip along one part of it.
This thing?
Come on, I'll comp you. It's all right. I've already eaten this morning anyway. And leads you across a quadrangle of where various similar-looking buildings are positioned as different figures move around in this obviously sort of educational-ish looking setting. Can I ask you for a perception check, please?
Oh wow, 3.
Oh, nice.
We're doing great today.
You're definitely
Me and Scamp are rolling brilliantly.
Yeah, you don't really recognise anything around here, but it's all manicured gardens and tall buildings in architectural styles that aren't quite familiar to you. You see, you're joined along the way. You see a girl sort of heading in the same way as you, head down, kind of human woman, probably 1920, wearing what look like earmuffs, but with clutching her bag close to her, and dressed in what appears to be strange clothing. That, I mean, everyone's clothing looks a little weird to you, but she's got quite sort of skin tight clothes on that look like they'd be quite good for exercising in. The fabrics,
like Celestia would wear them.
Yeah.
If it's skin tight, I was just imagining Celestia in it now.
Yeah. This woman she's looking a little. She's frowning, looking a little troubled by something, but full on ignores everyone seems to be ignoring people for the most part, except for a few odd glances here and there, and is just intent on getting to the cafeteria. You follow, and you find yourself following after her. And at this point, we are going to shift perspective.
Spicy.
Indeed. One moment. There we go. Okay. Right. This is... Okay. Got it.
You know how fucking unnerving it is? He's at the end of the table.
Terrifying.
Tomorrow Wild.
Oh, hello. Yes.
He's
looking at me for those on the audio medium.
So this is for Ellie. Tomorrow Wild. You don't set an alarm.
Fuck no.
You wake up when you wake up, damn it. Now, a little bit about yourself tomorrow, as you kind of as you awake, as you rouse yourself at your own leisurely pace. You are, of course, Tomorrow Wild. You're a human woman. You are enrolled. Yep. You are. I'm going to say, you are 20, nearly 21, and you are enrolled at Alicent University, AU, as it's sometimes referred, in a majoring in music theory and composition, and you also work, but to pay for your tuition, you work as student staff for the physics department.
Cool.
So
to pay for my tuition.
Yeah, basically that's your part-time job to help keep the money coming in. Aside from the occasional gig when you can get it, but those are always few and far between.
Am I any good?
You think
as far as I'm concerned.
As far as you're concerned, you're pretty decent.
What do I play?
All sorts of
Everything.
Instruments. Yeah,
Cool.
You're a bit of you're if you say so yourself, you're a bit of a musical savant.
Right.
Of course, the fact is, you're not. Well, you're not exact. I mean, you're poor now, but you're not poor. In fact, you came from money. Particularly because your dad is a rich asshole. Like a known business, like a pretty well reputed businessman, and frankly, would be expected to be the next governor of the district where you grew up in. And consequently, he cut you off from the trust fund when you flipped him off and decided you were pursuing a music career instead of joining the officer corps as a prelude to a political
Okay.
to a political career.
So cut me off when I did music instead of politics and flipped him off.
Yep. Instead of going and joining the army.
Joining the army. Okay.
Yeah, and as an officer, like he did.
Cool.
Yeah. So this is all. You know this. This is you. You remember your life.
It's a vibe.
Yeah. So some things are a little odd, though, because you're used to not waking up to the alarm, but you are used to waking up to sunlight coming through the blinds that you never bother to shut.
Because I'm a fucking budding rock star. And
Yeah.
rock stars don't shut the curtains. Yeah.
It's more usually that you come in the really early morning and just never fucking
Rock
remember.
stars don't shut the curtains,
Yeah.
Jason.
And
Kempster rules.
yeah, and you're usually used to hearing like birds and trees rustling around and the general sort of hubbub of other students. So it's really fucking unnerving when you open your eyes to almost silence in a blank grey room on a pretty hard mattress covered by dull, sort of rough spun sheets that are not the hot kind of student quality cotton you remember pulling over you after the night out last night when you slumped down into your dorm beds.
Right. I have a question about this person before I figure out how to react. Have they ever been in danger before? Or have they just not that having a bad relationship with your dad isn't danger, but have they ever been in like physical peril before? Because Celestia has, and that implies a certain way you'd be in emergencies or not. But
I think that they've probably gotten into fights due to
being a rock star ticket. Cool.
A lot of time, but debatable whether they've been in serious danger.
But if you've been in a fight or two, that gives it a different to I am soft-handed, but have a bad relationship.
No, I
with
feel
my dad.
like she's started
different thing.
Yeah, I feel like
different vibe.
She's gotten into a bar fight with a loudmouth before.
Cool. So I wake up. So I'm entirely memories of this person.
Yep.
Are there cameras? That's what I look for.
Sorry?
Are there cameras in this room?
No.
Is there a door?
Yes. You looking up, you can, as you kind of open your eyes, you see that this grey cell has not dissimilar dimensions to the dorm room that you're used to, but aside and you can see that there is a crude wooden table with a simple stool next to it, where your dresser with all of your makeup and so on and your various things would be. You can't really see any of your textbooks or the like.
But
you
similar
do see
dimensions. Interesting.
You do see your instruments piled into a corner. Your ludicrous damn it, what's the name of the saxophone-esque instrument?
Off Clyde.
Yeah, your ludicrously huge Offa Clyde, your kit violin, all of the instruments.
All of the instruments, yeah. That's weird.
You can see where, but instead of the you tell me, based on what I've described, what colours would Tamara Wilde wear?
Oh, Tamara's in denim and black and maybe a bit of purple mesh. My denim vest with a fuckload of badges.
Yeah.
Those, but for somebody who actually likes bands. Band t-shirt, probably.
So as you kind of pick yourself up, you see draped over the stool where you would expect it to be over the back
Oh,
of your
band
chair.
t-shirt that she's cut, so it's like a
Yeah.
like a crop top. That's the shit for tomorrow. That's what she's wearing.
You can see, instead of your black leather trench coat,
Hell yeah.
there's a not dissimilar looking leather coat, but it's purple and silver on the inside. Instead of the denim sleeveless jacket that you wear like a waistcoat, there's what appears to be a black silk, like blackest black silk waistcoat with some sort of burning purple thread embroidered into it.
Okay.
Come to think of it, you look
Yeah,
down.
what am I in?
You're expecting to see. You should be seeing your cut off the Stabbers t-shirt.
Stabbers.
Brilliant.
That's
band
a
name.
top-notch on the
Yeah.
fly band name. 10 points.
But instead, you are wearing. Does Celestia have any special shirts? That
I mean,
she
Celestia
wears?
has cool shirts, but they're not like magic.
Yeah, just you see you see a slightly disheveled silk shirt. Of like a weird, kind of oldish style.
Like big sleeves.
Yeah.
A LARP shirt.
A LARP shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the, I think they're called bishop sleeves, aren't they?
Yeah.
Which is always weird to me. But yeah, I think that's what they're called. I've looked them up so many times for art references that I think I actually know what they're called at this point. So tomorrow it kind of stands there for a minute, takes all of this in. It's 2023, you said?
You
What year is it?
instinctively know that it should be the 28th of Falling Leaves,
All right, where's my
2023.
Where is my phone?
Yeah.
I'm going to look for my phone.
Yeah. You look around. You absolutely.
Is it in a pocket?
Do
Is it in a
not
jacket
see-
pocket? Is it anywhere?
Yeah,
Where
the
is it?
smooth black oblong that you should be expecting.
Fuck. I'm going to try the door.
Okay, getting up and testing the simple.
But, I don't want to be rough with it. I want to be quiet. And,
Okay, you
try
kind of
to-
reach over. The simple wooden door with a simple handle opens. Actually, check this. It has a lock, you can see, but on a small, cheap table nearby appears to be a small ring of keys. Including including what appears to be a series, and you recognise these keys. These are your dorm keys, including the fobs that you'd use to get into and out of the building, and to your and into the high energy into the high energy active thaumaturgy building, where you do some of your reception work.
Right.
You can also see.
Would my dorm key be on these keys?
Yes.
Generally.
Yeah, you can. In fact, you think you recognise which dorm key, which one is your dorm key.
It doesn't necessarily make sense for any of them to work for this door, though, does it? Because this is a door that I don't know. I'm probably going to still try them in a minute, but first.
Yeah, you try the door.
There's something
sorry.
before that. I
Apologies,
have
yes.
a thing I want to do before that. She takes it in for a second and takes in the fact that, it's a bare, scary room, but somebody has left her with her musical instruments, which seems weirdly courteous, and some quite plush-looking clothing. She bangs on the door and goes, "Dad, this isn't fucking funny!" Hello?
Roll a luck check for me, please.
Luck. 9.
After a short pause, you hear someone call through the door. Yeah. fuck, Tamara? What are you shouting about?
Do I know who that is?
You think... yeah, just roll me an intelligence check. It's kind of hard to make out their voice.
What's my intelligence? It's changed. Hang on.
I think it's +1 now.
I think it is 19. Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you recognise that anywhere. That's Chanterelle. She's
Right.
She's a fellow student.
Excellent. I want to be called fucking Chanterelle. That's an amazing name. Like the mushroom.
Yeah.
Incredible. Chanterelle?
Yeah. What are you yelling about, Tammy?
Are you in the same weird place as I am then? Have we been double kidnapped? Did my dad double kidnap us?
I've got to say, if your dad's double kidnapped us, they only could have done a better job of it, because, I don't know if any kidnap places would be better than this shitty dorm.
Dorm.
You coming out? You're gonna miss breakfast.
I've been fucking pranked, haven't I? I'm not somewhere else. Hang on. 1 sec. I've already lost the keys because of who I am. I'm gonna go get them.
You pick up the keys. I've realised something because of you and what you can see. You notice that there's... you've seen these all your life. You don't think much of it. Actually, no. No, the you that is you hasn't seen this. You see one other thing, which is kind of weird. There is a strange, almost like a cloud in the air when you look up. You realise it's been lilting around the ceiling, like a kind of mist of rainbow-coloured wisps that's just generally floating around, doesn't seem to be interacting with anything.
I'm going to let Chanterelle in.
You take a moment to... You try one key,
I just like
do the other.
squint up at it, and then,
Yeah.
let her in.
Swing open the door. Okay,
Shanty, I think I've been pranked by some fucking mages.
Shanty, who is a half-orc girl with short-cut black hair, braces on her teeth, she is currently wearing her fucking cerise pink tracksuit.
Oh my god, I love her. Iconic.
And she's got song rings at her ears, which are like big hoop earrings, and you can faintly hear, even from this distance, the popular music that's playing through them. Because that
Magic is so fucking cool. I want song earrings. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
No, I want those immediately, please.
10 out of 10 would wear a tracksuit if someone gave me some.
Yeah.
I would love that.
These are pretty normal. Song rings are pretty normal to you. These are this world's equivalent of just music earbuds.
Chanterelle is iconic as fuck, and we just all need to take a second for it. Anyway.
She's you see her flick up a bit of gum, like one of those gum pellets, about to chew it, as if she then suddenly seems to remember the braces, like it's an old habit, and shoves the wad of gum into her pocket. Because I don't think you should really chew. I've never had braces.
I think gum might be banned with braces.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure gum's braces.
With the proper train track ones.
Yeah,
like
she's got the proper train track ones.
Yeah, I don't think you can have gum with those. I mean, I think you struggle with apples with those, don't you?
So you see her
They're
go for it and then like just out of an old habit and then remember it. Shanty kind of sort of, she's standing kind of like, in that way where it's got hips to one side, kind of like, all the way on one leg.
Yeah. I'm drawing it later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She goes, "You coming, Tommy?"
Yeah, in a sec, but look what happened to my fucking room. Where's all my fucking stuff?
Looks like it's all the places you usually fucking throw it.
What's that on the fucking... Hang on. Do you not see any of this?
She squints. She looks at you a little carefully. All right, I know we dropped a few tabs of stuff last night. Did you take anything straight before you went to bed? You don't remember. You definitely remember taking some drugs.
Yes.
But
took a few things.
Yeah. But you don't remember taking anything that shouldn't have worn off by now.
I don't remember, but that doesn't mean I didn't. Let's be real. How big are my pupils looking right now? Wide eyes looking at it.
I mean, I could fall into those forever, ever, my girl.
It's very romantic. Do you know that? Wow. Well, maybe I got a bit more fucked up last night than I'd intended to, because this behind here looks like a grey box with some weird, like, fucking Ren Fair shitty clothes in it and nothing else. And there's a, like, rainbow cloud on the ceiling. So I might need a spotter, if I'm honest.
Oh, my Regent girl, you do. You know what? We're gonna get you. We can get some grub. Get some inside you.
Some fucking sugar, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
sugar. Oof. Get you a ton of water. Join me on my exercise run if you want.
Babe, you're gonna laugh so much. Do you know what I thought happened?
What?
I thought my fucking dad had kidnapped me and taken me to the army, and he'd put me in some sort of like grey barrack thing.
Oh.
But then I was like, why the fuck are my instruments here? What is this game? Is it a mind game? So fucking confused. And then you were outside, and this is the weirdest morning ever, babe.
Fucking hell. Alright, well, grab your shit.
Clearly I need some breakfast.
Yeah,
fuck me.
Let's get some grub. Come on.
I love her so much.
Chanterelle, like, grabs her, waits for you to gather your, at least, gather whatever clothes.
Literally like the first clothes I find, but somehow they look really good together.
Yeah.
This is one of those people.
You pull on you pull on your trousers and boots, and grab, I mean, the clothes you find are, not that you know this, but only Celestia's clothes. Like, most of the rest of your wardrobe isn't here.
Do my clothes look normal to you?
Is
this something I'd wear?
I mean, yeah, Stabber's t-shirt. You got
down at the purple,
yeah,
like split to the navel Ren Fair shirt.
Yeah, Stabber's t-shirt. Also, like the badges on that jacket. Looking good, girl.
Hon, I'm really high. I'm really, really high.
Oh, come on. Shanty takes you out to the end, like, and walking down an eerily familiar feeling and layout, though not appearance, grey stone corridor with bleak wooden sort of looking doors down a bleak set of stone steps. What's strange is something's weird here, because like there is lighting here, but it's like dim, and you realise where the light's coming from. There are kind of sparse old style light crystals just set into the ceiling at intervals, giving a bit of dim illumination to everything, enough for you to see colour by and like make your way around.
Have I seen any sun yet?
No.
Okay.
No. Going down.
You let me know when I do.
Yeah.
If I do, obviously.
You go into a down into a larger kind of crude looking room, and again everything is grey stone, like cheap furniture, and you're getting this weird experience as you walk down to the big atrium that it has the same layout as like the main place of the halls that you're used to. You can even see in a shitty arrangement the pigeonholes, but they're empty instead of full of bills and TV orb license reminders.
Is it full of people, or is it just like eerily, cavernously empty? Like, what are we talking?
No. You can see, like, there's no one. It's eerily empty at the moment, but you can hear people outside. And as Shanti, walks up to the door, which appears to be made of cheap. Interestingly, actually, this door is made of cheap wood. But you can see on the sides there are the circular stone objects, sort of mountings where you would press your key fob, like exactly as you remember. But everything else is like this weird fucking prison. She idly taps her fob against it. The wooden door slides open in the same way as you're used to the glass doors sliding open.
I think I'm like really high. Really, really high. Everything's wood and stone. How long are you supposed to be high for? How long has it been? I must have taken something before bed.
I think the longest trip I've heard of is 3 days.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I've got work tomorrow. And, I don't know, some point. Do I know when I have work? Do I have work later? I just said that and then I was like, I actually don't know when you want me to have work.
Oh shit, you say I've got work tomorrow.
Oh wait, no, not tomorrow. That's today, isn't it? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't be high at work. There's chemicals there. Oh no.
She leads you out, and you step out of a tall grey structure into an open sort of grey, not exactly an open grey plain, you realise, but more like a huge grey dome, like a strange subterranean structure. And you can see that there are doorways in the same positions as you remember the different halls being, and like tunnel passageways that lead in the direction of where you remember the paths through the across the university green are in the directions of the main buildings. There's no sun. There is a large sort of...
so awful.
Yeah.
It's so horrible.
There is a large light stone anchored at the top of the dome illuminating this. And you can see, though, students and faculty all around moving between the different dorm buildings towards the cafeteria.
So this would be outside.
Yeah, and it matches up to the layout of the area. You can see a lot of people moving to or from the cafeteria, or down where you remember the main avenue should be towards the university complex.
Right. Is it as bright as the sun would be? I literally have like a physical question.
Not really. The whole place feels dim.
I was just wondering if my eyes were different than usual.
But what is interesting, though, is...
But literally, that's why I'm asking about the sun. I'm like, do I have Celestia's drow eyes?
But
that's for me, though.
But this is interesting,
tomorrow's just going to be like, oh, really high. But...
There are dark, in the bits where it's too dark, you're seeing fine, which is odd. You're basically you've yet to hit absolute darkness, so you've not hit the realization of having dark vision per se,
but it's different.
But you feel like everything's dimly lit, but you're seeing you can still see in pretty decent detail.
Babe,
yeah,
can drugs make you see in the dark?
She thinks she sticks a tongue in her cheek. Dunno, you'd have to ask one of the medics. Like, my area is politics and parliamentary studies.
I have to
I don't
ask
really
someone.
do.
Yes,
Yeah.
I want her to be in charge of everything.
Fucking
I will
Chanterelle
vote
for
her
president. Let's go.
immediately. Absolutely.
I'm fully obsessed.
I adore her.
Oh, it could be because my pupils are really big. That might make me see weird, right? That's how my eyes are fucked. So, yeah, that's what's
makes
going
sense.
on. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Definitely makes sense.
Let's get you to the
Total sense. This is fine.
you can see as you're making your way forward, you see clustering in about the same sort of times towards another ominous fucking entryway with a pair of wooden doors and little fob and the magical sort of fob markers nearby. Amongst the others, you see
Ooh.
Yeah.
I just thought of another question
Yes,
before you go into the next description. Am I seeing spirits?
that's a good point. Now that you are out, so one
Because
thing-
there's lots of people.
Yeah, now you're seeing
not
lots of
necessarily
people.
people have them, but you always say with
No.
Celestia, there's
So
just like a general.
You do see a few other things, yeah. So, there isn't, for instance, the big central tree in this courtyard, but the odd miasma of rainbow seems to be following you in a kind of strange, wispy way. And you can see odd little flickering wisps, or some of which kind of vaguely resemble animals, but like usually in quite kind of, and they're all clustering after people, moving in sort of slow and languid and incoherent sort of ways.
Oh, I'm high. I'm really high. Just like every so often. Have you ever seen like glowy animals when you've been high? Does that happen to you? Like flying around and like doing stuff.
I mean, not when I've been high, but I've seen some of the applied physics types working with making familiars and glowy magic creatures.
I'm kind of like that, but just like around.
Fuck.
What did we take?
Oh, smells like they're doing eggs though. Come on.
Eggs might help. Eggs. Mm-hmm.
You, as the doors open up, you see, you kind of step in, seeing clustering nearby, a halfling with bottle glasses and red hair and a woolly jumper.
Come to me, Hubert.
A half orc in a black and grey checkered shirt with trousers with emo-esque black hair. You vaguely recognise the half orc, though not. You think you've seen the halfling around. Like you would say they're like Humphrey, something like that. But
QB.
You recognise the enemy half orc. That's Skatak. They work in the. They're one of the undergrads in the working on the big sort of high energy collider project at the place where you work in the heat building.
Alright.
Which
So
stands for
they're
high
like
energy
maybe an
active
acquaintance.
Yeah. You recognise them on sight. Like, you've spoken to them a few times.
Yeah.
They mostly you've processed like paperwork for them and stuff when you've been doing the reception job and the like. They're looking honestly, roll an insight check.
I'm assuming tomorrow's insight is mine. Yeah.
You have
so 16.
You have stats. You have your stats except where otherwise noted. Yeah.
What do you mean except where otherwise noted? Are you just going to tell me if
I'm
things
just
come
going
up?
to tell you
Cool.
if you've got different stats.
That's
For
fine.
instance, Tamara has no magical skills. Has no no magical skills or spells.
Not that she knows
that
of, anyway.
she knows of.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to say that.
Can I make a choice for this character?
Yeah.
The guitars come. Is that allowed?
Yeah. You
Just like guitar on back, like I'm so fucking cool.
Yeah.
I don't think everything else has come.
No.
I don't know.
But yeah, you recognise Skatek, and Skatek looks kind of off. They look unsettled. They're like, they don't seem. Yeah, they seem a little on edge. Things are a little odd. So does another person actually, who you also recognise from the Heat Building. Diana, who's a blue-haired human woman, pale skin. She's in a running shorts and tank top. You know her. She's a physics major, physical studies minor. She's a bit of the. She's got a little bit of department fame because she's actually here on a gym scholarship. Yeah. So very much like half the time in the heat building, half the time on the track. You've spoken to her a few times, and she but she doesn't beyond a cursory glance at you. She doesn't really seem to pay much attention. She's frowning. She's a bit troubled, but she can see that she's got earmuffs and song rings on at the moment, and you can and just looking confused and a little frustrated. I am going to say at this point, before we go on to our third perspective, Skatek, you see a pair of kind of druggy looking girls.
Fucked up. Yeah. Honestly, I think Chanterelle's looking much more together.
Chanterelle's looking much more. Oh, Chanterelle looks well
badass.
together. Her makeup is on point, girl.
She's one of those people who I feel like we don't know when she does it.
Yeah.
It just sort of happens. And it looks incredible.
Yeah. You don't know what she's wearing. What the hell the pink tracksuit is she's wearing. You don't remember seeing anything like that. But you can tell that she's got you can faintly hear tinny music coming from her earrings. You're not really familiar with what the hell the steel grid on her teeth is either, as far as you it looks like steel to you. But in fairness, she's looking much more together than the human, the redheaded. Okay, than the not redheaded. Than the we'll say strawberry blonde. Strawberry blonde, tanned-looking human woman in a cut-off T-shirt that has a strangely exaggerated logo on it saying "The Stabbers" with the bees kind of lightning boltish shaped. And also vaguely there's somewhere between lightning bolts and knives. It's kind of hard to describe. As well as if you just threw on your stuff, you probably got the denim jacket. Would you have brought the trench coat?
Is it warm? No, I probably didn't bring the trench coat.
It's a little weirdly less than just below room temperature everywhere.
Weirdly, I think I wouldn't have considered the trench coat an essential for going to get.
Yeah, then you're wearing
high eggs.
Yeah. Then wearing a sleeveless denim jacket covered with badges with different logos on, and
tiny little shorts that I've cut myself, and big boots, and maybe fishnets. Don't know, man.
And
feeling it.
What looks like. Oh my god, what does this look like? I'm just thinking about where we are, what we've done. Okay. And an odd guitar slung across her back. It's a guitar that seems vaguely familiar to one you think you've seen before, but it's different in style. This one is black. It's a black and silver guitar, but and it's got a bunch of stickers on it. But it is solid with strings and some magical rune marks on it. Instead of having like an acoustic box in it. Mm-hmm. The only guitar you've seen like it is the one that you remember belonging to someone called Celestia.
Can I look through my Marjorie eyes?
Yeah, looking through Marjorie's eyes, you see this same strawberry blonde woman. And also yourself, and also yourself as a half-orc. But yeah, this strawberry blonde looking. Actually, I'm going to switch the music because of switching perspective. This strawberry blonde human woman is like looking around, wide-eyed, like she is drunk as fuck.
Off her fucking face.
Like, like she's not believing half what she's saying, kind of looking a bit unnerved as you all make your way up to the wide glass building, double doors, in this bright, sunny day. Birds chirping, trees rustling, people going around their business. You see...
Everything's wrong. I don't know who I am.
You see the girl in the pink tracksuit press a fob against a wall, one of the little circles on the wall. The glass doors open up, and you find yourself kind of being ushered towards the back of a queue of various students with their gear, going up before the various before the people dishing out breakfast foods. There's different varieties. There's a lot of different options. There's nice sort of like the vegetarian options are a little lacking, sadly, but you can definitely smell the warm and inviting scent of fresh bacon, heaps of eggs. You can see them in the distance, in the hot plates, and it's actually looking like you could get a real sort of appetite to you tomorrow. As the wooden doors open, the cavernous building beyond has rows and rows of bleak benches, which are sitting the bright, students in their usual wear, chatting, talking, as normal. But apart from some of their bags that they're carrying, and in places, books that you can see, people are just eating from bowls of thin gruel, drinking from Spartan plain water, like cold water from Spartan cups. You can see up ahead where people are queuing up to the refectory. Instead of the rich and varied breakfast foods you're used to, you're not smelling bacon and eggs. You can see gruel, pressed sort of hardtack looking biscuits being served out, water in place of the juice that you're used to. Everything's like a weird sort of prison diet. But everyone looks normal. Like, you see the serving staff, like, bowling these out, spooning these out in different way, like food out in different ways, as if they were doing it normally. But it's all prison food.
Tend to Chanterelle. Babe, I think maybe I should get some therapy or something.
I don't think you're supposed to see like a prison when you're high, or like I don't know, like maybe my dad's got in my head it's like some really like fucked up Spartan. Like, what? Oh my god, I can't say Spartan in this world.
We're going to say small case S and we'll just say equivalent.
Cool. Like some fucked up Spartan army barrack or something. Like everyone's eating like thin porridge and drinking water. It's all like grey and shit. I don't feel like that's normal, is it? I feel like being high is supposed to be fun.
I gotta admit, this has got to be one of the worst trips I've ever heard of. Maybe we should get you to... Yeah, maybe we should get you to a medic or something. Once we've got.
Am I going to get in trouble, though, if we take me to a medic?
No. They've got a whole like non-disclosure policy.
Right, maybe we should. Maybe I should see the nurse.
And before we continue to your overhearing this, Skatak, time to change perspective again. Sam.
Yep.
Okay. As you open your eyes, the warm light of a bright sunny day filters in to the room you find yourself in. It's a pretty straightforward looking room. Single occupancy. It clearly belongs to someone who takes care of themselves. Has clothes neatly folded and laid up in racks. Ordered looking looking desk. Toolbox in the corner. All the stuff they'd need. You can see the light coming through the window of the trees beyond. For context, just for imagination, your room is actually a little bigger than the student dorm, dorm type rooms, though not dissimilar in its fairly Spartan layout. Though you can see that the occupant of this room has some sort of passion for vehicles, as far as you can tell. There seem to be two-wheeled looking vehicles with like a saddle-like seat in between them, handlebars and the like, as well as various various figures. Usually quite aesthetically appealing, posing next to them. Though the vehicles are clearly the centerpiece of the posters.
Right.
Sure, would be nice to know whoever that person is, because you are Corzin Horhace,
Okay.
pirate captain.
Ooh.
And you remember your life. Absolutely.
Did I really fuck up my first save or something?
I did these saves in order.
Oh.
Yeah. The last thing you remember was leaving the sanctum of the Reaper of Time, stepping through the golden archway, and a sudden blinding white light messing with your head. But you remember kind of fiercely fighting, flashes of your remembering who you are. You remember, you kept firm in your mind the memories of Molly, of little Corzin, the life you've led, and the person you are. Which is why it's a little disconcerting when you sit up and look in the mirror on the wall opposite to not see your own face or features. you can see, and looking down, you see the same, that you are in you're currently in a string vest and underwear, but you can see that there are blue overalls and boots nearby, as well as various things in the sort of neatly folded and put by your bed near to the wardrobe and various drawers. You can see the form of a balding male gnome with slightly wispy, sandy hair.
Okay.
And I'm going to say grey eyes.
Okay, so definitely not anyone I recognize.
Nope.
Okay.
But based on the way they're reacting, when you look at the mirror and the appearance of your own hands, you appear to be a gnome.
Okay, I'm going to take a couple of, deep calming breaths, alright, okay, this is not the first time this has happened. Stay calm. Right. I'm going to stand up on the bed.
Oh yeah, and you're also only seeing through two eyes.
Oh. He's going to instinctively wave a hand behind the back of his head and
Nope.
Oh, I never thought I'd get used to that. Alright, and I am going to look around the room for I guess the clothes are laid out. I'm gonna look around the room for any identifying objects of who actually lives here. Are there are there names sewn into the clothes?
Ooh, good search. Yes, sewn in, there is a collar tag sewn into the overalls. That in a little red tag you can see is one B cotton thread.
B cotton thread. Okay.
And I will say that neatly stacked next to the overalls is a card sealed in some sort of translucent transparent but strangely smooth material on a crocodile clip. An image of the gnome whose face you're wearing.
Okay.
And next to it, a label, bitey cotton thread.
Yes.
Excellent.
Incredible.
Technician, AU, and next to it a sort of merged A and U symbol. And there's a small sub-heading that says high energy active thaumaturgy.
Okay. Right.
You can see that there's also a toolbox filled with an interesting array of spanners, wrenches, screwdrivers, various tools, as well as some odd-looking ones with little crystals or runic elements on the end that you have no idea what they do.
Okay, right. Yeah, I was going to say how many.
Because you have your memories, not bitey cotton threads memories.
Okay. Is there a window in this room I can look out of?
Yes. Stepping up to it, it goes down quite low because Bitey would have gotten a room with a good view for a gnome, which also doubles up as a good view for a halfling. You can see that you're on. There is a grill in front of the window that looks to be more for the less like a prison and more just like burglary deterrent.
Okay.
Because it is a ground floor room. And you can see that it opens out, that beyond there is a large sort of quadrangle type area with various people in very colourful clothing, most of them quite at various ages, but no children that you can see, wandering around with with sacks on, different like satchels full of books. Roll a perception check, please.
Certainly.
Obviously, without the benefit of the belt of eyes.
Okay, that is a 27.
In the distance, you recognise faintly the tall sort of central building of Alisont University.
Okay. Right, so I know vaguely where I am. This is a building I have seen before, like back when I was in Alisont before.
Yeah, these buildings, this quadrangle looks new. You
Yeah.
don't quite recognise the architectural designs, but you recognise in the distance the building of the university's sort of central building.
Okay. Okay, I think instinctively what I'm gonna do is... Actually, I don't have anything immediately that can affect my surroundings. I don't have any of the items with me that I would recognise that I had, like that I was carrying or wearing before, do I?
Roll an investigation check if you want to search around.
Sure, yeah, okay. I will roll an investigation check. Oh, that's a dirty 20!
Ooh.
Okay.
Yay.
What items in particular are you looking for? Just give me some examples.
Okay, I am looking for any of the healing potions I had on me, I suppose maybe the Sulian passport, or I'm kind of assuming the weapons are a no-go, but anything like out of my my explorer's kit, that sort of thing.
Okay. So
is my healer's kit around, actually?
So, you don't see any of your stuff, but looking around, you do see a first aid box on the wall, because it's literally labelled first aid. And opening it up, you find that it does unhook off the wall. Opening it up, it has... it appears to be filled with very similar components to your medical kit. Would definitely serve the same purpose. And you can see, although the bottles appear to be different, more uniform and made, you can see a handful of potions clipped to little sort of clips that are filled with what you recognise as healing potion. So you have I'll say that you do find, for the purposes of this, your healing kit and healing potions.
Okay, excellent.
You also you can't find the universal passport, but you do find a wallet with a series with a license in it of some sort that further identifies you as Bitey Cotton Thread, resident in Alisont, and seems to serve as a license to allow you to operate Class 2 autonomous vehicles. And you can see
Please find one of these vehicles immediately and try and use one. Please try and drive a thing you can't drive.
And you can operate Class 1 and Class 2. Apparently you don't have the authorization to operate Class 4 heavy goods. But judging from the tiny little pictures, Class 4 class 1 kind of looks like a cart. So it seems to have 4 wheels. Class 1 looks like the 2-wheeled vehicles. There's no images of like horses or anything on these. And class 4 looks to be like a cart, but like a weird cart with that's like 2 carts put together, one with a really, really long sort of back end and a really short front end. But he cannot drive HGVs.
Yeah, it's good to look at it. How does that even... Never mind. Right. I'm actually going to look through the other contents of this wallet now that I've found it, because I'm guessing the closest analog to this that Corzin will have seen would be like a belt pouch.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's sort of combination that and...
purses exist.
Yeah. It's like, and this is both purse and purse and passport thing combined. You can see this identification, what appears to be a card, a card of not dissimilar to your strange identification card, like wrapped in some sort of translucent material, which again is labelled B cotton thread, and has a curious series of numbers beside it, and is noted as belonging to Sulian Union, whatever that is. With a curious sort of pair of interspersed circles, like a bizarre Venn diagram, as an icon. You can also see what appears to be paper money, folded into a part of the wallet, and some coinage, which at first glance appears to be small silver and gold coins, but which on closer examination are definitely brass and, you want to say, like nickel.
Okay, I'm gonna bite one experimentally.
Yeah, this ain't gold.
Bitey.
Right.
Bitey bites.
Yeah. If any of them depict a person, do I recognize them?
Yes, they do. They do have persons on them, people on them. You do not recognize them.
Fair. Okay.
But they seem to. Yeah, they seem to have both the paper notes and the coins seem to have various different figures. Roll a history check.
Okay. Okay, that's a 15.
Okay. The figure the one that you recognise on what appears to be what is apparently a 50 mark note is an image of Petroleum.
Okay.
Or at least you think so. Like it's done in a very nice style, actually, quite very realistic. Doesn't quite match the. I'm trying to think. You've never actually seen you never saw the Echo of Petroleum in underneath the
temple.
The temple.
Yeah.
Only
no.
Scamp
yeah.
saw him. And you've never seen him through the art.
Because I'm special.
So you've
might have seen depictions, I guess, but that's about it.
You've seen old depictions of him. So, but you recognise from the style of like the crown and like the and so on. This appears to be a depiction of Petroleum. If either of the others had seen this depiction, they'd see that it was actually a little off in some of the features, though the broad appearance is right.
Okay, right. It's like we would all recognise Britannia on a coin.
Yeah, that's
right. Okay.
The artist has clearly taken some liberties.
Okay.
But everyone else, no, none of those do you recognise. The last thing I would say that you do see is opening up the drawers. You do find, oddly enough, a series of walking canes.
Okay.
And some a set of old style of what appears to be like antique. There's an antique telescope. There is something you recognise as actually being your spyglass to one side as well.
Okay.
But also matched with another couple of spyglasses that you don't recognise.
Huh.
You also see there are, and there is also just a regular old belt hung up alongside other changes of clothing.
Okay.
And a set of sturdy-looking boots made from some sort of rubbery material.
Okay. I'm going to briefly check to see if they're my size.
They are your size.
Okay. Right. Is there anything in the drawer like sort of book size? And in fact, any books at all in this room?
Yep. There's appears to be a series of technical manuals for what appears to be a. Here we go. Oh god. For a what are we going to call this? Got it. For a Mizuki, and we are going to call this a Mizuki auto saddle.
Okay, excellent.
And indeed, judging from looking at it, it appears that this is indeed the name of these strange two-wheeled contraptions.
Okay, Mizuki auto saddle.
Okay. You roll an intelligence check if you want to try and understand any of this.
Sorry, I'm just feverishly writing all of this down. Mm-hmm. Right. Intelligence check. 14.
Okay. It's pretty technical, honestly. And you are not trained as a mechanic. Bitey is trained as a mechanic. You are not. Yeah. So you don't understand a whole lot of it, but clearly this seems to be some sort of elaborate machine that operates off a some sort of magical power source and motor movement spells.
Okay.
And a lot of the manual is about how the machinery and the magical elements interact, and how you can do different sorts of maintenance and replacements.
Okay, he's going to say, "Oh, Benny would love this." Right, can't get distracted. Okay, I'm going to attempt to put the unfamiliar clothing on, because I've got I can see out the window. This is not just how people walk around.
Okay, so you put on the blue the blue jumpsuit.
Oh god, poppers are going to be so weird to him.
Yeah, they are. Just like you look at the strange buttons and like,
how are these? Oh, and now it. Oh, now it, and he pulls up the part and and puts them back together again. Oh, that's kind of satisfying.
It's adorable.
You have a choice of footwear.
I love him.
There are some polished black shoes near to the jumpsuit, and there's also the rubbery boots in the cupboard. So, what footwear would you like to wear?
I'm gonna go for the boots.
Okay, put the boots on. They feel like they're reasonably comfortable. You would expect them to kind of squeak a little. but they don't make a sound.
Huh. Oh. And I deliberately run from one side of the room to the other to see if I make a noise on the floor.
You make no noise in these rubber boots.
Right, yes. Okay, I look at the boots. I was like, great, okay, so this is an illusion. This is all not real. Okay. I'm gonna slap myself in the face.
Okay. Whoa. You slap yourself hard. It stings.
Okay.
Doesn't wake you up though.
Okay. All right. Okay. Are there any things that look like writing implements in this room?
Yeah. I'm going to say that there is. There's a pen. There's a small little stationery holder with pens and pencils. You can see some sheets of very smooth and even-looking paper. Some of which have like half-finished sketches of different machine parts on for these auto saddles. They're like vaguely doodled, but there's definitely paper you can write on.
Okay. I am gonna write out the sentence, "The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog," and see if it looks like my handwriting.
It does look like your handwriting.
Right, okay. So definitely me. I'm gonna look around and see if I can see the ambivalent octopus, because...
You cannot see any spirits.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Until things change, you do not have spirit sight. You suddenly, for the first time, really notice that something you've seen all your whole life, you are not seeing.
Oh, God. Yeah, no, this is going to be another thing of a momentary, like, okay, no, this is weird, I'm still me, though, I'm still definitely me. Right, I am going to gather up what I can. I'm going to get my spyglass, because that's the thing I can definitely identify. And does this set of overalls have pockets?
Yes. So the overalls you have a series have like pocket. Have like a sort of chest pocket where you can, like, if you want to put any tools into. There are deep pockets at the hips. There are actually leg pockets as well. There's a series of like little loops around it where you could like affix a belt or similar if you wanted.
There's lots of pockets. Does the belt fit with the thing that I have, or does it look like it's for a different garment?
It feels like it could fit in.
I'm going to try it. Given what just happened with the boots, I'm going to try it.
You slide the belt on and clip it into place. It's like, it's a different sort of belt than you're used to, but you do, like, the fastening is a little different. But you do manage to get it on yourself, and it fits snugly into position.
Okay, I'm going to take another look out the window and see what the sun... You said there was sun coming in.
Yeah.
Can I make an estimate at what time of day it is?
You would estimate that it's probably, after all the searching you've done, it's probably coming on around 9 in the morning. And actually, there is something else that I forgot to mention, which seems to confirm this. There is, and I'm going to say it was under, it was just behind your clothes, so you didn't realise until you put the jumper on.
Yeah.
There is a smooth, black, sort of cube-like object that has, on the front, in writing, in white, 9:03.
Okay. Interesting. No other writing?
Not that you can see just looking at it. Although after a minute it becomes 9:04.
Okay. Right, I'm going to pick up the wallet, because that seems to be my my means of identity around here. I'm going to put that in my pocket. I am going to look around at the door. If there is a door here. Which I presume there is.
There is indeed a door. Yes, you can see on a little hook nearby. There is a little ring of keys with odd little fobs on them.
Okay, I am going to.
Your ring of keys has a lot more keys on it than the others.
A big old chunk of keys.
Oh yeah, there's like a dozen keys on here and multiple fobs.
All right. I'm gonna pick the keys off the hook. Try the door first. If it doesn't open, I'm gonna start thumbing through the keys to try and find one that fits the door.
6 keys in, you managed to get the door open.
Oh, thank the Regent. Right. I am going to open the door and peek outside.
Okay, you come out into and you can see not in the not a student hall exactly, not in the big ones. Sort of a long hallway with many doors, like Skathak has seen, but a shorter hallway with several doors that immediately opens up into a nice sort of open central sort of space that is both a dining area and sort of kitchen to one side. Large windows that look out onto that provide with sort of Tyrian-style blinds that you can open and shut, looking out, and you can see there is someone sat having a little bit of having some breakfast. It appears what appears to be a gaunt-looking half-elf man, blonde. With an open-collared silk shirt, who is delicately spearing a series of just small bites on a plate, which appear to be a mixture of little cut pieces of fruit, cheese, chunks of meat and salami, so salami-style meats and sort of biting them and sort of popping them delicately into his mouth while reading through a series of notes in front of him. Swallows, glances up, and you know what, I'm going to say he has spectacles, and looks over his spectacles at you. Morning, Cotton Thread.
Good morning. I trust you slept well?
Well enough. I have to admit there was a little bit of noise when some of the students came in late last night, but that's what... but, you know... That's why we get the apartments with the soundproofing.
I grin awkwardly.
Busy day?
While yes, quite probably, actually. While I remember, I am just going to idly reach up and touch the top of my head. Does it feel like the top of my head? Or is it shaven or balding like the
kind of run your hand over and you feel limp, balding strands.
Okay, right.
Interesting.
Right, I am... What else is in this this room? Is it just like a small breakfast room? It
appears to be sort of a breakfast dining type room, but you can see that there is a doorway out that leads out behind some sort of what looks like a glass door with a little fob with one of the little fob circles, which is the first time you've seen them, next to it. I'm going to say the You kind of look over and you see that doorway leads out into the main. So you can see it leads out towards the main quadrangle that you saw before. You also notice something.
Yeah.
As you kind of casually run a hand over your head, the half-elf's eyes flick and follow your hand for a moment before returning back to the papers he's reading.
Mm-hmm.
He continues chewing. Chews and swallows. I imagine I'll see you at the department then.
Oh, probably. Yeah, there's few things I have to take care of first.
No, of course. He waits for a moment. He looks up and studies you. So you're getting breakfast at the refectory, or do you want to join me?
Yeah, I think I'll have breakfast at the refectory. Actually, sorry, it's a lot on my mind at the moment.
Anything you'd like to talk about? It's an interesting thing. You're starting to get a vague awareness of the colour of the wall behind you.
Okay, I can see the wall behind... Okay.
Just the faintest sense of the colour of it now, in a way that you realise you recognise.
Attuning to the belt.
Yep.
Okay, yes, okay. Right. I am going to, while I say the next sentence, I'm going to kneel down as if to tie one of my laces.
Well, I suppose in this case it would be to tuck in a leg into one of your boots, because you're in rubber boots right now. But yeah.
Oh right, okay. They don't have laces, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Slight retcon then. Yeah, I'm gonna lean down just to make sure that my the hems of my trousers are straight, and I am going to touch the ground and attempt to cast Primeval Awareness.
I would like a sleight of hand check from you, please.
Okay. That's a 19.
Okay. You can't see the spirits around you, but you do feel their presence as the spell, as you channel their focus. You reach out instinctively for their aid in the way you're used to, and you feel them answer.
Okay.
So a pulse. You feel the sense of things pulse out and come back. You can sense that within a mile of you, there are. Yeah, you'd still sense it.
Mm-hmm.
Would you? No, you wouldn't.
I've been wondering this myself ever since it was parted from Celestia, but up to you.
You put it in a lead box, haven't you?
The Eye of the Storm,
The Eye of the Storm.
Yeah. So
you don't feel the roaring of the sea, but you do faintly sense the piccolo trill of Fae.
Okay.
And I think... Yeah, Jeffrey doesn't ping up.
I'd be worried if Jeffrey did. The day Jeffrey does, we need to do something
It's
about
kind of
that.
looks at you.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, just the piccolo scent or a touch of Fae.
All right.
Is somewhere within a mile of you.
Okay. Right, that's good to know. I'm going to say, blast my eyes. I've forgotten my tools. One moment, and I go back into the room. I pick up the toolbox, and I start making for the door. And I'll say, I'll see you later on.
I'm sure. Have a good morning. You head up to the door, and realise you can't see a keyhole or a handle.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I am going to take out my big clump of keys and...
A clump of... It's not quite as good a song.
No,
is it?
so I can see why they went for Ring, to be honest.
Okay. Right. Do any of the items on this this keyring look like they correspond to this door in any way?
Okay, roll an intelligence check, please.
Yeah. This blind luck. Oh, and it had to run out sooner or later. That's a 4.
Nothing is immediately jumping out. You have 12 keys that look like keys, although of slightly different designs and places to to the keys you're used to. Some of them look more like tiny saws, in places, as well as 4 kind of little circular discs on attached to the ring.
Okay.
So you see nothing that in an instant jumps out as matching to this door.
No.
Alright, well actually, if the door doesn't have a handle on it, from Corzin's point of view, the only reason the door doesn't have a handle on it is because it's pushed to open. He's going to try pushing the door.
Okay. You reach out, put a hand on the door, and it doesn't push. The half-elf looks up again over his spectacles. Something wrong, Bitey?
I think somebody's locked the door.
Just try the fob, it should work.
I look down at the 3 circular items. And
4 circular items!
Oh no.
Oh, the 4 circular items. And try waving one of them against the door.
Okay, roll a luck check.
Oh no. It's getting
15.
awkward.
That's a 15.
You kind of wave it in front of the door. Obviously, as you wave it over the glass, nothing happens. But your hand flails a little to one side, and it gets close enough to the small circular circular disc at the side of the door that you see the disc flash, and the door slides open.
Oh, that did it. Thanks. And I will head out. And as soon as I'm certain I'm out of earshot of him, I'm going to go, Regent, damn it, which one was that?
You never consider, when you think of, a character in the wrong timeline, you don't think of fucking doors, do you? Doors and poppers, shit. I thought of
I
either.
am really, really trying to keep player knowledge and character knowledge separate here.
Great, I'm really enjoying it.
You can't yet see through the back of your head, but you can definitely... but you do feel the half-elf watching you as you leave, and emerge into the hallway. Into the open corridor. Not open corridor, open courtyard. In time to see a bunch of people heading towards and from one nearby building where you can smell bacon and eggs amongst other scents.
All right. Well, if in doubt, follow your nose. and I'm going to head towards it.
And as two of you are queued up ahead of the breakfast line / weird prison gruel dispensary,
the gruel dispenser.
I'm going to say that you both someone wanders in, and I'll briefly say that Skatak, you see a balding. I mean, both of you see a balding gnome in blue overalls step in, but Tamara, you actually also see accompanying them a bunch of weird, wispy things that kind of almost resemble fish, and one that's like multi-armed like an octopus. And we're going to pick up there in the breakfast queue after these, no doubt important messages.
Why should you go to Alison University? Well, it's only one of the premier seats of learning on this entire continent. You can choose from a range of courses on fine art, politics, advanced thaumaturgical theory, theoretical physics, and thanks to the Merwin Tumblebrook Scholarship Award, it's now easier than ever to secure your place at Alison University. This recording is part of the Alison University Media Department.
And welcome back. You, Corzin, for want of anything else better to do, and sort of gathering your sense together, you cluster on. You head to the back of this this breakfast queue. You can see up ahead they're serving by now probably second breakfast.
Okay.
But but they got all the basics. You can definitely smell like fried potatoes pressed into curious little like triangle shapes. They've got hash browns.
Excellent. Corzin is going to go nuts for them, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, tomatoes, sausages, eggs and bacon.
Hash brown's not a thing in 1798.
I don't know if hash browns are a thing or not.
They were a terrible, terrible time to live in.
I'd have to double check that, but my instinct says they'd have hash, but not hash browns. It's similar.
If you hear typing,
Hash brown
it's
potatoes
Jason Googling.
invented 1895. You were 100 years too early.
I don't see the point of being alive in this timeline.
No. End this campaign.
Yeah.
I'm
Celestia's easily going to live till they're invented.
Illusion place.
This is true. Celestia, if all goes well, will live to eat a hash brown.
Yes.
So it's all worth it.
Other Scamp will get hash brown.
This is true, actually. Scamp will get hash brown. My maths is
Oh, why
bad.
do we not call other Scamp Scump?
Oh, Scamp.
Missed opportunity.
Not that Scamp knows
maybe
about
that's
Scamp.
what they're going by.
So, yes. So those of you who can perceive, fine and inviting-looking breakfast, can look forward to it. Tamara,
I'm excited for my delicious gruel.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm mostly excited for my trip to the nurse's office at this point, to be honest.
But yes, you. So, Corzin, you can see just like at the end of this queue, just to recap, a strawberry blonde human woman in a t-shirt, in a cut-off t-shirt that's labelled "The Stabbers," with a denim jacket and a flat guitar that, while different in style to Celestia's, is the only other flat guitar you've ever seen.
Okay.
You also you see alongside them a half-orc woman with short black hair, strange metal wiring on her teeth, in a bright pink item of clothing, not too dissimilar from your blue jumpsuit, except that it's got a white track running down the sides of it.
Okay.
As well as big hoop earrings that you can faintly hear making music. You can see a young human woman in tight shorts and tank top with blue hair and what appear to be earmuffs and similar sort of musical earrings, as well as a half orc in checkered black and grey with blue grey skin and black hair, looking sort of looking up at the towards the food, and infrequently talking to a red-headed halfling in a woolly jumper.
Okay.
The strawberry blonde human woman looks at you, looks vaguely in your direction like she's high.
Okay, do either of them feel familiar to me?
Roll an insight check.
Okay. Come on, the insight. Okay, that's a dirty 20.
Ooh.
Familiar? Not exactly, no. But you can tell that there's something odd or off about the way that three of them are acting. The blue-haired woman, the blue-haired woman is kind of looks like is definitely frowning and evasive, looking and trying to ignore all the noise around her. Mm-hmm. As mentioned, the strawberry blonde woman looks high, but like she's definitely seeing things that aren't there. And the half orc in black and grey also has a slightly bewildered look to their eyes.
Okay.
Tammy, you spot someone you recognise from work stepping in, which is Bitey Cotton Thread. You've spoken on occasion. You know him. You'd say you probably know him a bit better than you know Skatak, on the grounds that he's one of the staff at the high energy thaumaturgy lab.
Right.
He's a technician, works with the machinery there, and big fan of auto saddles.
Right, and that's where I work, isn't it?
Yeah. You work as a reception. He's actually a technician that helps with the machines.
I has a question. Is he superior to me?
I mean, technically, but you don't work for him. Mm-hmm. You're different branches of this. You're an admin. He's a technician. He's a technician. You interact, but you're fundamentally
really
equals.
Does he seem uptight? Generally, when I know, does he seem like the sort of guy who would have a problem with someone being really high? Is what I'm asking.
From your interactions,
I'm asking, from knowing him, not
from your interactions, you remember him. You've had on the rare occasions you've gone to the staff socials. You vaguely remember him getting. Getting a little tipsy and talking about his own experiences with substances back in the days,
right.
and far too much about auto saddles.
A lot about auto saddles.
Yeah,
he might know things about drugs. Interesting. Give him a wave.
I wave back slightly nervously.
Scattack, you see, like, these two people you don't know, like, vaguely wave at each other as the queue shuffles forwards.
Is he like a drugs veteran? That's what we're saying.
In that way that you'd meet someone, like, you know, in their 50s, like, yeah, like an old technician or porter in their 50s, who, God, at this age, what age are we? What year is this? This is 2023. So
Who am I?
30 years ago. Fuck. I guess would have been would have talked about, what were they doing in the early 90s? Ecstasy?
Raves.
Raves, yeah. Who'd have talked about raves in the early
Right.
90s? Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
I turn to Chanterelle. Babe.
Yeah.
So, if you met Bitey from my work over there,
I think I remember you talking about him. He's the one who's always on about saddles.
yeah, so much about auto saddles. Regent, fucking damn it. Well, he used to go to all the raves in the 90s, and he's like done a fuck ton of drugs and stuff. And I'm just kind of wondering if he's had anything, I don't know, like, is this some, like, old shit that I've been given, you know? Is this what it...
I mean, you know, I don't know what shit they were up to in the 90s.
I mean,
maybe.
is being high not what it used to be, you know? I just... Is this how it was back in the heyday? Is this normal?
I don't know. I heard stories from my mum. From my mum. She said, you know, back in the day, you used to pop pills and your heads would explode from drinking too much water.
That sounds fucking insane.
Yeah, the 90s were a scary time.
Yeah, apparently so.
The shit we
it's
heard
so
in
old.
school growing up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, yeah. I might, like, ask him. Is that weird? Is it weird if I ask him?
Yeah. Don't let me stop you.
Not like bad weird. I mean, he's not going to judge me. I don't think.
I mean, he's like, what, 80? I don't know.
At least. I don't know, man. There comes a certain point where, like, they're just... I lose track of, like, how old people are, you know? Like, they're just... Like, after a certain point, they're just old, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to talk to him. Fuck it.
I'll save your place.
Thank you. If I start doing anything weird, just like come get me, yeah?
Like, how weird? Because you're already being pretty weird, babe.
Oh, I don't know. If it looks like it's getting worse, yeah?
Cool.
Is that right enough?
Yeah.
Right. I'm back soon, babe.
Yeah, I got you, babe.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to him.
You see this? you see this tall, druggy woman approach.
Bitey.
Hello.
Hey, you know, I'm not going to ask how you're doing because that's not what I'm here for, really. So I have a question. You went to like a load of raves and shit, right?
Well, raves.
This is my giggle, not his. Yeah, raves. You literally told me about them while you were talking about, like, auto saddles and shit while you were drunk.
Oh, yes. I suppose I must have done.
Oh, wow. Do you not, like, remember?
You know, you mentioned that I was drunk at the time. Maybe I was a little bit over sherry, but
Right, because the thing is, and you're like not allowed to tell anyone at work about this because I think I don't want to get in trouble. But you seem chill.
Oh, and he just puts a finger to his lips and thumbs up.
That's what I like to see. Excellent, I knew you were chill. So, I did some drugs last night. I don't entirely know what. But I think I'm still really high today, like leaning slightly too close to you, like really high today, because like the walls all look like stone and shit, and there's this like there's floaty things everywhere that are like glowy, and there's this like there's this big rainbow cloud up there, and there's like you've got like some fucking fish round you, and like something with big wavy arms, man. I don't know, like I just.
Oh.
Have you ever had this happen? Because I hear they used to do some hard shit at raves.
All right, I think you better sit down.
Right. Oh shit! Is it that bad? Do you think?
No. I think I know what this is. I think I know what it is. But
right.
Yeah, you're probably just gonna want to sit down now.
Am I gonna like keel over? Am I gonna have a heart attack?
No, nothing like that.
Is my head gonna explode?
No, definitely not.
At this point, you see Chanterelle step forward. I heard the words "head explode." Is everything all right?
I think it's exploding, babe. Have you met Chanterelle?
No, I don't believe I have. Pleased to meet you.
Babe, I appreciate it, but I do not need you to set me up with a gnome.
Babe, he's like 3 times your age. I'm
Well,
not that.
I like older gentlemen, but you know,
Yeah, but like not that old. like he's not even here.
There is a scarlet colour blossoming in the cheeks.
Oh, and across your balding pate as well.
Oh no. Yeah, no offense. Just like completely like. Yeah.
You can see
oblivious.
and you vaguely get the sense like of this being duplicated through your elbow, Corzin. The awkward side look you're getting from the red-headed halfling.
Okay.
Because they are loudly talking about how old.
Oh yeah, it's not quiet.
Yeah, Scatek, you've nearly reached the queue has nearly reached the actual food at this point when you're overhearing this stuff now.
Do I have like any sense of friend? Because I'm suddenly going, oh shit, that is a thing that is important, and
That's a good point.
What does this
in my memories, and I'm like, oh, hello.
I'm just checking what you've got. So you've got that. That's an interesting thing. I'm going to say because of how you woke up and so on. Checking down, you've only got the objects you took with you. So you're wearing different clothes, and your clothes. You do not have the silver skulls on you that you remember existing.
What is in my pockets? Because I haven't even thought to look.
What is in your pockets? Honestly, I'm going to say, you find a wallet with a curious with a curious reflective slip in it, which, now that you look at it, does indeed appear to be one S. O'Doull's meal pass for the building. As well as a card which reads AU Student Union, Scathach O'Doull, UG Physics Physics bracket Heat in capitals HEAT close brackets Fine Art.
Huh. Well, this is all wrong. Oh.
And indeed, a picture, and it does have an image of you as yourself with your usual half-orc appearance.
Maybe I'm on drugs.
Do you say that out loud?
Yes.
Yeah, you hear someone else talk about how maybe they're on drugs.
Oh, who is it?
Looking around, it's the half orc. You know them. What's their name? Skatak. That was it. Yeah.
Just like meaningful eye contact.
The wide-eyed redhead just like stares at you, Skatak.
It's like questioning. You don't know what it's questioning.
Did someone say something about drugs? I was paying attention to not this.
Yeah, we were talking about drugs.
What's that like then?
What? Just generally?
Just generally, it's yeah.
I mean, it depends what you take, babe.
Well, I don't think I've taken anything.
A nice Hubert chips in. I mean, between you and me, like I've snorted the odd line of red. I've snorted the odd line of red leaf, but there's nothing.
I mean, who hasn't? Don't
Yeah.
Just I appear to have someone else's memories and face. So...
Shit, man.
Wait, what?
Okay, what?
Sorry, did I? No, I'm really confused.
Right,
today.
so things aren't like matching up for you, because what's happening for me is like I don't have someone else's memories, hon. That sounds insane, but I do have like a whole different building going on. Like it's like made of stone and wood, and everybody's eating like really gross porridge. And there's all this like
vaguely-
floaty shit.
There's a vaguely offended look from the large half-orc woman who is dishing out who's dishing out to you gruel, to everyone else bacon and eggs.
Oh, no offense, hon. I'm high. I'm sure it's great. And there's like all this floaty shit around. Like he's all surrounded with fish and like octopi. Oh no, just one octopi. And then I've got like there's this like rainbow cloudy thing, and everything's mental. But like, is it anything like that, hon?
Because I've got a tail, and no one else seems to be acknowledging that.
It's kind of hot.
No.
Can I look at the back of them and see if they actually do have one?
They do not appear to have a tail. They have a regular old half-orc butt.
All right.
I feel like feeling like you'd have a tail would be fun.
Hubert
But
and
my point
Chanterelle
is-
No one else
wanna
seems to
collect
see
food
it.
for you.
You don't.
Also, I appear to be magic now, and I don't think that was the case yesterday. But I also remember being magic, but not here, and I'm just a little confused.
Babe, I think we might have had the same shit. Do you think someone was spiking people last night?
I suppose it's possible. Why don't you sit down here? We'll have a discussion about it. While they're doing that, can I roll a medicine check to see if the woman in front of me actually does look high?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that is a 14.
Her pupils aren't actually dilated, except for, like... Well, actually, they are a little dilated, but not massively dilated. More like she's looking around in... Oddly enough, like she's in a dark room, in a much darker... like looking around in a dark room, pupils dilated. Rather than like as dilated as they can possibly get. And her other symptoms to you look more like she's just freaked out. She looks freaked out and confused, but otherwise reasonably in control of, reasonably coherent.
All right. I'm going to lean forward sort of conspiratorially and say, all right.
I feel like Chanterelle's come to sit with us.
Yeah. And I think I might know what this is, but can I have a look at the back of your hands?
Does it do shit to your hands? I give him my hands.
Yeah, okay.
Chipped ass, chewed black nails.
Yeah, as I
Doodles
take
on the back
hands-
of them that have, like, worn off.
Excellent. As I take the hands, I'm going to cast lesser restoration if I can.
Okay. That's an interesting approach. I just need to check the rolls on lesser restoration and whether that will...
I have them here.
Yeah.
Lesser restoration is a 2nd level spell. You touch a creature and end either one disease or condition affecting it. The condition can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Cool. Blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. Okay. So you can't see the spirits, but you do feel like the magic course through you. Tamara, as Bitey touches the backs of your hands, something weird happens. The sort of incoherent, sort of fishy spirits sort of fishy kind of images around sharpen suddenly, and you see the many-limbed one become quite clearly an octopus that places its suckers on the backs of your hands where Bitey is holding them, and seems to ripple with energy that pulses into you. You feel something pass through your body for a moment before the octopus unpeels its tentacles and becomes wispy and incoherent again.
I am tripping fucking balls, babe, I said to Shanti.
Babe, just have some eggs. She pushes some thin gruel in front of you.
Yeah, food will help. Food will help.
It's just weird that you keep saying it's eggs, because it's definitely oat water shit.
Gross.
Sorry, I think I'm
happening
freaking the fuck out a bit, if I'm honest, because that was weird. That was really weird.
I definitely feel like I should be, because I'm so confused.
Okay, I am going to act on a gut instinct here. I think just given the well, that's the point actually. Do the people in front of me, when they speak, do they sound like my friends?
That's an interesting question. There...
Yeah, no, I'm purposely doing a thing.
Yeah. Because...
I've got a Scamp body and Scamp memories.
You've got Scamp body and
Some
Scamp
of the accents
memories.
are
Voice boxes, though. Yeah.
But no one else is seeing
No
the
one
body.
else is seeing the
so
bodies.
who
Your identity
knows?
is different.
Yeah, voice
No,
is partly physical
but-
as well.
Scathak. Roll... Scathak specifically, can I ask you to roll an insight check, please?
Sure.
Insight.
That is... Ooh! I rolled over. I've never rolled something decent for once. That's a 23.
Right. So, Corzin,
Yep.
the short answer there is no. But
They don't. Okay, right.
they don't. They sound like they have different voice boxes. The patterns of their speech aren't quite as far as you can tell, aren't quite right. As far as you can tell.
Okay.
But Scathak, you don't get anything from Tamara. Bitey, however, although his voice is different, the patterns of his speech remind you of that pirate captain you remember.
Huh.
And something about the way he moves.
You know, it's the weirdest thing. You are just like the pirate in the memories I've got that aren't mine.
Wait, what?
Pirates?
Oh.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, right. There's this whole like magic life and pirates and stuff, and I appear to be able to do magic now. So whatever is going on.
Really?
Great.
You might be tripping harder than me.
Well, tell me more. What other sorts of things do you remember?
What else do I remember? I've got a monkey. I don't know where that's gone.
Right.
I miss my monkey though, and I should have some kind of friend, but I don't really know what that is. And yeah, there was some pirates, and there was a thing we had to kill, something big.
Shit, you had like a whole fucking quest.
And there was a lot of chocolate, like a surprising amount of chocolate, given the pirate setting. Yeah. Don't remember much else. Look, I mean, I do, but it's all a bit muddled.
Right, and is this something that you woke up feeling, or
Yeah, no, I woke up.
Yeah.
And there was this beeping box thing that wouldn't shut up, so I screamed till it did shut up, but then it started again, so I had to scream again to make it shut up again.
It sounds like they're talking about their phone, Tammy.
Your phone, hun.
My what?
Your phone.
The thing you scream at to stop making noise.
Are you so high you don't know what a phone is?
I don't know.
There's some bad shit going around.
Yeah, and then I could do a bit of magic. And apparently I look like I don't look, because everyone thinks I'm this half orc, and that's who I should be. I know I should be. That's who I am. That's me. But then I look down, and that ain't a half orc. So I'm a little confused.
You see, I've got something kind of similar going on, because my clothes are different. Like, I'm dressed like I'm at a fucking Ren Fair or something. My tits look banging,
Oh,
don't get me wrong, but like, where the
too?
fuck are my clothes? You know what I'm saying?
Do you look like a pirate? Are we both pirates? I don't look like a pirate, though. I've got my normal clothes, I think.
Did we have like a pirate trip together?
Maybe that's it. Was it like a pirate themed thing?
I think like
Right.
the clothes. I mean, the clothes is something like piratey, but also kind of 80s. So like it in 80s Ren
Also, I'm
Fair.
totally gonna fail every class, because like I had to look at my textbook, so I don't remember any of this stuff now.
I feel you on that one, babe.
When you say 80s pirate, are you talking like 1780s?
What?
I mean, that's when my memories that aren't mine are, I think.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Really?
Oh,
I mean, I was meaning like the 80s, like the 1980s.
right. Oh, all right.
You were alive in the 90s and definitely considerably earlier than that. I think you probably would have been alive in the 80s.
Yes.
You fucked too, but you're just hiding it better than us? It's okay, we won't tell anyone.
I'm a bit worried
Sweet
about the
meat.
magic stick,
I don't think
I've
I'm.
gotta say.
I'm perhaps as messed up as you, but I think you're right. There is definitely something going on here, and we need to find out what.
Seriously, do you think someone spiked a fuckload of people? Shanty, are you feeling okay, hun? Have you been got too, or are you off scot-free
I'm
here?
fine. I didn't have the punch last night.
Fucking
What
punch.
kind of spike? I haven't got a spike. I don't think I've got any hurts on me.
I had a gratuitous amount of punch, if I'm honest.
All right. Where were all of you last night?
It's all fits out. I don't know.
Oh, Jason, we need like a filthy club name.
Oh, you were definitely in the pink dodo.
Right.
Yeah, we were at the Pink Dodo. And then I think we went to Slap for a bit after that.
Yeah, with 2 P's.
Yeah.
Hubert jumps in. Oh, slap! Been there for a few nights. Bit of slap and tickle. That's what they call the Petter's Day night.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good time.
All right.
I'm so confused.
Okay, I'm.
Now, I appear to be a child, and I find that a bit concerning.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, right.
You certainly don't appear to be a child, but do you feel like one?
Yeah, but that's what I'm seeing. No, I don't feel. I don't know. I got memories of someone who is not an adult, but I know who I should be, and I know what people are seeing, and that's not the same as what I'm seeing. And now, maybe I need a magic doctor.
Well, this sounds like some
I
sort
can't
of.
go to my normal doctor because he's a pirate captain, apparently.
Well, what do you imagine he'd do in this situation?
Tell me it's all okay and be a good dad. He's not my dad.
This is
but,
getting deep.
All right. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but I know we're gonna find out. So, you've got weird memory stuff happening, all of you, and you're seeing things that you think shouldn't be there.
Yeah, there's not generally like a giant octopus that like sucks my hands. You know what I mean?
No, that's odd, but informative, actually. Right.
Is it? Is that like a particular thing? Like people hallucinating things sucking the life out of them? Or, octopuses? Octopi? What are we talking?
Well... Okay, he's gonna go on. Have you heard of the concept of spirit sight?
Legit.
You would, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you know how generally some people have it and most people don't?
Yeah.
Well, is it possible that maybe what you imbibed gave you the ability to see things temporarily?
What? I think it would have been a lot more expensive than it was if it did that.
Well, do you remember exactly what it was?
No.
Sorry,
Well,
are you saying that someone managed to get something experimental and pharmaceutical down its slap? Because, right, my father is heavily into the R&D department. If you can give me a sample of that stuff...
If I knew what it was, hon, I totally would. If I, remember or find it,
This
I'll
would
hook you up.
absolutely make bank.
suppose it would. I mean, it could be. I've never had spirit sight before, so I don't know.
Well, this is...
I saw spirits briefly once in my pretend memories, which I think are pretend.
Well,
Right.
Yes, that
This-
did happen.
It is.
This is a university. You don't think that maybe perhaps someone here is working on something like that, do you?
What, like a temporary spirit sight, but also tripping fun?
I can't see spirits
Drug.
right now, though. I've got magic I shouldn't.
All
Do you
right.
think they did that too? Like, I think I could do some real bad stuff if I tried.
All right. Well, why not try something small?
Well, I made a little illusion earlier, but I think I could bring this building down if I tried.
he drains
Gonna
the
look.
he drains the cup and says, "Move that," without touching it.
Okay, what's the best spell for doing that? I don't want to spend something big. I might need them. What is a good spell for moving a cup?
It's fun that that's weirdly hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
As you kind of...
Harmless tremors. That'll do it. I'll do thaumaturgy.
Yep.
Just make it shake the table and make it move.
Yeah, you place your hand like a hand on the table, and the whole table jerks suddenly, knocking the sort of cup of the nice but fairly simple cup of juice over,
I drained it before that.
Like knocked it over with a little bit of of orange juice, like that's still left in it, spilling out. Although tomorrow you see like a crude wooden cup with a bit of water left in it go over.
Shanty babe, did you see that? Or was that just me?
Yeah.
No, I think we all saw that.
I was just checking.
It's not
That's impressive.
I'm seeing things that you're not seeing.
I've seen.
Really worth checking, yeah, because
Though
I'm seeing things.
I gotta say, where's the where's your have you got your phone hidden up your sleeve? Is that how you did that? Because like most mages I know need the phones to do that to do spells like that.
I'm not a mage though. I've never done it before.
That's fucking weird. Then I mean, are you fucking with us?
Are you like a stage magician?
Or like one of those pretend ones?
No, I woke up this morning and I have all these memories of being able to do all these things, but they're not my memories, are they? Because they're all like piratey and stuff.
All right, I think that this is
As you're looking at this, the cup rights itself. It seems to right itself, and for a moment you see that there is like a little circle of just from the little bits of spilled juice floating up into the air, like almost like a tiny cyclone around it. And your eyes draw over to the blue-haired woman, who you recognise tomorrow as Diana, the gymnast, who's pulled off her, who's still got her earbuds on, but has like her earmuffs on, but has taken off the music rings, and is just gently extending a hand towards it. She closes her hand, and the little cup drops.
That's a neat trick.
Have you got a phone hidden then?
She holds up her phone and says, I can't remember how to use this. And she has a slightly terrified look to her eyes. I know that I should be able to. I know that I should know how to cast magic with my phone. Because I'm a Regent-damned physicist. But instead I woke up this morning,
theoretical one, I think.
And all I can remember how to do is I can remember how to do magic, but I can't remember how to use my phone. I can't. It's like I don't know what a phone is.
What is a phone? People keep saying these things.
Babe, you should come sit with us. I think there might be a pattern here.
Yeah, there's definitely something going on.
Were you at Slap or the Pink Dodo last night?
I don't know.
Oh shit.
I didn't want to say anything. Do any of you remember a really bright light before waking up?
Yes, I thought that was the sun to begin with, but...
No.
I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of memories, and they're all a bit muddled.
Yeah, if you know how to do magic, do you know anything about illusion magic?
A thing or two, yes.
All right. Do you know of if there's any type of illusion magic that and Corzin is going to think for himself for a moment and try and figure out how to phrase this. Do you know how to get rid of illusion magic if it's there, present?
She frowns. I mean... Not. I feel like I should know that, but I don't know if I do. Here. I think Skathak, you're the only one with. Actually, ooh. Do you have proficiency in Arcana, Tamara?
I mean, Celestia doesn't.
Celestia
I don't
doesn't.
think.
Yeah. Then you don't.
No, I don't.
Okay. Skathak, can you roll an Arcana check, please?
15.
Okay. With a 15, the classically a dispel, some sort of dispel. Like you know that that there exist spells to dispel other magic. You also, though, you are aware, at least in theory, that very powerful magic could be anchored to more permanent enchantments to make them more durable and difficult to dispel, or able to come back if dispelled.
It's complicated, isn't it? You can like dispel a thing, but sometimes it's a bit more. Takes a bit more effort than that. And it can come back, or it could be bigger than you're dispelling.
I'm confused why we're talking about magic.
Well, if
Is
you're
it like
saying
magic?
things,
Can suddenly
shouldn't
do
be
magic?
there,
We shouldn't be able to.
Like magic drugs? Is that what we're implying?
Maybe.
It sounds possible, but if you're all seeing things that shouldn't be there, or having weird memories that you're not sure if they're yours, it sounds to me like maybe there might be magic involved.
Fuck.
Shit.
Chanterelle speaks up. Like, are we talking about like getting like? Are you thinking you might have had illusions done on you by someone without a license?
I mean, that's
some real. You could go to prison for that.
That's really fucked up. Do we think some mage just went on like a
Maybe.
fucking rampage and did a load of shit on all of us?
Yeah, but why are you seeing things that... Is that an illusion thing?
I don't know, man.
But no one else can see them.
I mean,
And why can we do magic we shouldn't be able to do? And
I'm not a mage. I don't know how these things work. I'm a musician.
have you tried
Have I tried what?
doing magic? Because I couldn't do it like this yesterday.
No. What should I do? What do people do
I
when they
don't know.
try magic?
Try and make something.
Make something.
Yeah. Go on, it'll be funny if it works. And also terrifying, but you know, funny too.
Is there like a napkin on the table?
Yeah. Well, no, there isn't. But some people are picking. You notice some people are like reaching as if there's one and dabbing their mouths with nothing. Like they're going through the motions of acting as if there is a napkin. Some people are looking as if they're reading books that aren't there. And others, the books are there.
Have I got any like shitty bits of paper in my pockets or anything?
Yeah.
Fold one into a little swan. Look, I made something.
Yeah, but try and make it like catch fire or fly or something.
Right, fine. I try and make it match Shanti's jumpsuit.
Okay.
So I just like stare at it really hard and think about it being pink. What I'm doing is prestidigitation. Yeah.
Roll a charisma save.
Charisma save.
Sure.
Was that?
Yeah.
14. So not great, actually.
The origami swan does not become pink.
I don't think I have magic that I didn't have yesterday, if I'm honest. Unless you count, maybe spirit sight, pretend spirit sight, or whatever it is.
I mean, that's pretty magical, isn't it?
Yep.
I mean, if that's what it is, I don't know if there's anyone who can actually see them around here that we could ask. Because otherwise I could just be hallucinating.
That's probably the first thing we need to ascertain. But you mentioned you're a musician, right?
Yeah.
You know this one. Now, jolly lads, hear what I say. If you should travel the sea.
You know, you think you do. You remember, there's something you don't There's something about the tune that sounds that you feel like you've heard it on your phone at some point.
I feel like that's been on a playlist or something. Probably skipped it because cringe.
Though
but it feels familiar.
Diana wouldn't join in because she would never have been there. But Skatak, you know those lyrics. You remember someone singing them.
Okay, that one is real familiar. That is one of. Are you sure you're not a pirate? Because that's a pirate song. I know that one.
It sounds kind of piratey. And yeah, I feel like I know it. Anywhere though, yeah, maybe it's on playlist. I don't know, on shuffle or whatever.
All right.
You are using so many weird words.
What, shuffle?
What's a playlist?
Sorry, Bobs, what was that, mate?
What's a playlist? I'm so confused.
Shit, you're really far gone. It's
really
where you
confused.
listen to music on your phone and you put lots of different music all next to each other. So you can listen to more than one song at a time. It's so patronising. It's
Yeah.
She's not patting you on the head, but there's the vibe.
I think at this point I'm gonna take a voluntary performance check to see how well Corzin is schooling his expression through all of this because
I think that's definitely a deception check.
Okay. Same difference. Okay. From your point of view, you can see that the person in front of you is following the conversation, but also that there are definitely moments where it's clear he doesn't recognize the specific words that you're saying.
Yeah,
you
he's
might just
old.
write this off as a person who's old, not knowing the young person's lingo or all that, but it's noticeable he's confused.
Hubert kicks in. Listen, this magic stuff is fairly out of my depth. I have a little general sort of educational awareness of it, but don't you all work? Don't you work in a magic department? Maybe you could ask the professors there.
Yes, that sounds like a very good idea. Actually, we need to get an expert opinion on all this.
It's a good idea. Are they chill though? They're not gonna. If it turns out I am just
we're gonna
high,
get in trouble because
they're not gonna.
Don't worry.
Shit a break, are they?
I know I'm meant to be a student there, and I don't remember a thing about any of it, and I don't want to get in trouble and fail.
Do you remember how to get there, any of you?
No.
So
I
where
probably
breakfast
do.
was.
you do. You remember how to reach the high energy active thaumaturgy building.
But this is the first time that he's admitted he doesn't know something that doesn't make me. Bitey, have you been fucked with as well? Because you literally work there, darling.
Yes, of course. I was asking you. Look, clearly, if people have had their heads messed with, I wasn't going to take any chances. It's just a case of trying to figure out how all of this has worked.
Right. So you didn't do any drugs yesterday. I tapped my nose. Didn't do any.
Not that I recall, anyway.
Babe, it's chill. Don't worry. My lips are sealed. But yeah, let's go there. Like, if it's magic shit, they'll know. And we're with you, and you're like old and wise and stuff.
Don't worry,
we're not going to get in trouble.
That's going to happen. No, absolutely not. Nobody's getting in trouble.
Good, because if they call my dad, I'm going to kick up a fucking fuss. Yeah.
No, there's going to be no need for that. I can assure you.
And yes, you tomorrow you remember the path to the high energy active thaumaturgy building. You recall as well that the two main staff members in charge there would be Dr. Vintner, who you recall is a half-elf gentleman, likes his open-collared silk shirts, and is in charge of the actual more research type portion of the building, including the Thormic Collider, at the very centre of it. Whereas the head of the teaching staff there, who though also does a lot of research, would be Professor Mariposa, a Yonti woman.
Mm-hmm. Let's go see Dr. Vintner. I give Chantel a nudge.
For you, babe.
You said she liked older men.
Babe, I've seen Dr. Vintner. I'm down.
Yeah, I thought you might be. Been meaning to find an excuse for a while, babe.
Yeah, I haven't got lectures till this afternoon.
Alright, come on then.
Okay, in which case then, you finish off your gruel / breakfast.
And no, I'm not going to pick a professor on any more sensible reasons.
Yeah.
Chantel's getting some.
Yeah.
Chanterelle even.
Hubert makes his excuses and heads off in his own way. But as you gather together, as you collect yourselves together, you begin heading you head back out into the open courtyard / ominous underground dome, and down a long avenue, flanked by beautifully manicured trees, a stark corridor.
A terrible corridor.
Yeah, which is going in the path you remember there should be an avenue of trees.
Oh no.
Which, to you, Corzin, you recognise is going in the direction of the old Alisont University buildings.
Am I seeing more of my surroundings yet?
Yeah, by the time you actually get up and go, you've almost completely finished the tuning and are now seeing in every direction.
Okay, I'm going to try and look onto the ethereal plane.
Okay.
I'm not going to say anything to anyone, but yeah.
Yeah, and you don't see any eyes appear in your clothing or anything. The belt appears completely normal, but you can definitely see as if through the various surfaces on you. Shifting your focus onto the ethereal plane. Oh, now this is going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You see a strange overlay. There is just trying to remember how this works. Because you are in an... Okay, so I'm remembering how the ethereal plane... No, you can't. We're in a place where the still world doesn't exist.
Ooh.
Okay, I can see invisible creatures and objects.
You can see invisible
if that makes
creatures
any
and
difference.
objects. Yes. So there's a strangeness to it because you tried. I remember you tried seeing into the still world when you first arrived in the Sirius Citadel.
Yeah.
And you got the sense that you could see invisible things and filter into that, but you weren't able to perceive the still world. So you don't see the still world, but there is a strange sensation that comes with this. On top of the bright, cheerful world around you, you have a weird sense that you can see... You could see invisible things if they were there, but oddly enough, only to about 20 feet either side of you.
Okay, that's odd.
But the full 120 feet ahead of you and behind you.
That's interesting.
That is very weird. Okay.
It's almost as if you're like moving through... It's almost as if your invisibility sight does not extend beyond the confines of this avenue you're walking down.
Okay, so like there is physically an object here blocking my view, but
but you can't perceive it.
Yeah, but I can't perceive it.
You can't.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't see it. It's not. You're not seeing an invisible thing. It's more like your invisibility sight itself is not extending beyond this radius, outside these borders.
Okay, so yeah, it's... Alright, filing that one away.
So you make your way down towards the main university campus. Various students passing you by. You take a left at a junction down another set of manicured pathways / bleak corridors, until you find yourself reaching at last the one structure that kind of manages to look a little bit alike in both perceptions of reality. In that it is a utilitarian, dare I say, brutalist technology building. lots of concrete and great. Corzin and Scathak, you see brutalist concrete blocks rather than like featureless grey stone, though the structure is quite similar. Although you at least see, window dressings and greenery that's been grown on pots and so on to do something to give some life to this hideous 60s era structure. Fucking Leeds University Roger Stevens building.
Oh yeah, no, I've walked past that before. That shit's ugly. Yeah.
I just... Why are the ugliest buildings the ones that win major architectural awards?
I understand. That is a really ugly building as well.
And it won a major architectural award.
Jesus. I've only seen it a couple of times because,
Yeah.
we used to come see you in Leeds occasionally.
Fuck me though, the 60s and brutalist architecture, why? But nevertheless,
somebody must like it.
You can... Another thing, though, that... you can see the various structures of the building. It's more like a series of small buildings built into a compound. Though Celestia, a thing that you can see that the others cannot, are lines of magic just carved and imbued into the structure itself that seemed to be channeling power or some sort of arcane flow between 5 different wings of the building, all focused around a huge central block. And as you make your way at last to the high energy active thaumaturgy building, to the heart of this section of the Alisant University campus, that is where we're going to pick up next time. Thank you all very much for playing. Thank you all very much for listening, and farewell from all of us here at Flintlocks and Fireballs. Fair seas and natural 20s.
The fuck is going on today? This trip is totally cray-cray. Like, why is it dark? Have I gone blind? Has everyone else lost their mind?
So gather your muskets, gather your spears, we'll plunder the shores of Calcinea. No kraken, storm or spell we fear, so come and sail with us, my dear.